What's up if you're watching the replay? Hey girl, how you doing, queen? Hope that you are doing absolutely amazing. We just got off of our team power hour, so I figured, Shantae, get on here, do the work, okay, make it happen. And so super excited about going live with you guys today. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Shantae. I am a full-time entrepreneur. And I have a business called Life by Design Academy with my good sis. And then I also had the privilege of helping people in my home-based business. And so I have been focusing really hard on making sure that I go live at least once a week to just create some type of consistency. I constantly tell my team to do it. So I got to do what I tell people to do. Okay. I gotta do what I tell people to do. So I wanted to have a conversation because a lot of my Facebook friends here are business owners, especially a lot of people that I'm connected to also have home-based businesses. And so I really wanted to have this conversation. I'm always on here providing mindset information. I provide leadership information. I've had the privilege of leading thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm about to say, I hope this connection. I took it off my Wi-Fi, so it's only on cellular. So hopefully this doesn't break up too bad, and I'll try to make sure I hurry up and get in and get out, so this works. But anyway, my point is I've had the privilege of working with thousands of people, and so I love to talk about this because I love leadership and I love developing people. It is my favorite part about being in the home-based business industry is the ability to develop people. So if you can hear me and see me, do me a great big favor, like this video, heart this video. When you are doing that, one, you are letting me know that you are feeling the information. Okay, I'm sending out energy to you. So when you heart and love everything, you send the energy right back to me. Also, when you like and heart this video, I know you can hear me. Okay, because I don't know what's going on with my connection. I think I got an email that said they were doing something around this area. So when y'all like and heart this, I know I'm still here. Okay, so if I stop seeing likes and hearts, I'm going to assume, child, something wrong with my connection. And I'm going to be like, child, let me go on and give up. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get to this content. So I titled this today, The Slow and Steady Does Not Win the Race. Okay. And this conversation is about business. Okay. So if you are a fellow business owner, that's what this conversation is about. Y'all also excuse my hair. The collagen and the hair, skin, and nail vitamins are definitely doing their thing. My hair is definitely getting long, but I definitely need to get my hair pressed. Hopefully my hairstylist will not see this. She'll be like, Shantae, if you don't take your butt to the salon and come get your hair washed, because she gonna be like, whatever. My hairstylist is my friend on Facebook. She gonna be like, Shantae, if you don't take your butt to my salon and get your hair done, but I need a press, okay? My hair is all afroed up and puffy up in here. So the fact that it looks this long when it's not even straight says a lot, because it's like, it's a mess, okay? So the collagen and the hair, skin, and nail vitamins are doing wonders. If you want more information about that, check my stories, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this conversation. So one of the things that I hear about when it comes to people who start businesses or why they drag their feet on starting businesses is a lot of people like to start home-based businesses. They like to say things like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to take my time. I'm just going to move slow and steady. And I'm going to just, do it as little bit by little bit. Now, does that work sometimes? Yes. But something that you have to understand about the industry of home-based business is success loves speed. Okay? Success loves speed. I always say this to people, especially when it comes to business. It's a lot harder to make $100 in business, and especially in home-based business, than it is to make $1,000. When you only want to do a little bit, yes, you'll get where you want to go, but it takes so much longer to create momentum, right? Like when you are talking about, I want you to view your business like an airplane, right? So essentially you trying to, and I know y'all know this analogy, when you are trying to fly a plane, you can't just go, that's not how you fly a plane. You have to, that's why they have that long ramp and that long runway. They do that because the plane got to start catching speed. It got to start going fast. So by the time it gets to the end of that runway, it can fly and soar. And so many people in their businesses, you don't do that. You don't build your business in that way. When you start your business doing When you do that, you're not catching any momentum. And so you keep having to start all over again because you haven't made a decision. Okay. And so it's a lot easier to make $1,000 in business than it is to make 100, especially if you are the start and stop person. When you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping, you are stopping yourself from momentum. And you deserve to see what your life and your business will look like when you decide to be consistent long enough past how you feel to move into growth. And so it's really important that you understand that success loves speed. And so you have to make a decision. I did a post today and I said, the fastest way to succeed is to just start. So we're going to talk about the number one things that people do as to why they don't start. One of the first things they do is they say it's not the right time. They want to wait for a perfect time to build their business. There's never going to be a perfect time to start your business. I'm here to tell you, there's never going to be a good time. There's never going to be, well, I want to wait till this is done and that is done and this is perfect and that is perfect and when I'm not busy. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I talk about this all the time and I post these in my stories all the time that when people want to create wealth, a lot of those people are risk takers. They don't take forever to make a decision. They see something, they feel the opportunity and they jump and they move. They see opportunities and they make a move. A lot of times when people are doing business and they drag their feet, right? They're actually practicing the law of diminishing intention. And what does that mean? That literally means that the longer you wait to get started, the more certain it is that you're not going to get started at all. When people be like, oh, I just, like that's going to it's going to slow your whole advancement up. And so I want you to understand something. I've been doing so much studying on growth and building momentum. And we sometimes assume that hard work is just going to get us to success. And that's not necessarily true. Working hard does not guarantee success. And your hope is not a strategy. Okay? Hard work does not guarantee success. And your hope is not a strategy. Shantae, how do I create success then? Success comes from you deciding to improve. And it's so funny because I was having this conversation and I had already been doing this personal development this morning. And oddly enough, in my team chat, it actually went right into what I was already going to be talking about. I knew I was going to talk about this first thing this morning because I was studying and reading and I was listening to a couple different things. I listened to YouTube videos and I was listening to a podcast and then I was reading my book. So between all three of those things, I was like, okay, I'm going to make some content out of this. And the reason why this was so important is because I always say it. I say it often, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. Every time I move my business to the next level, every time I get to that next level in business, I always say there's a new version of me that shows up and shows out. And the reason why I always say that is because if you think that you can be exactly who you are and get to the other side of what you want to see, you're sadly mistaken. The goal to success, the goal to growth and creating momentum has to do with you deciding that you want to improve. It's literally deciding that I'm going to get better. Something that I used to say all the time with my organization when people used to say, Shantae, how do you know what books you want to read for the month? Because anybody who knows me knows I am a heavy book reader, right? Last year, I read over 40-something books, right? And I always tell people I create a curriculum for myself. That's how I know what books I'm going to read. So whatever strategies or skill sets I'm working on for myself personally to get better as a leader, that's how I know what books I'm going to read, right? So I'm like, okay, I need to develop this skill set. I need to get better at that. I need to get better at this, right? And so when I do those things, that allows me to know that I'm getting better, right? You have to be intentional about growing. And I know this conversation might seem very small or seem like it's minute, but the truth of the matter is most people do not get better. Most people don't make it their business to improve. If you ask somebody right now, hey, do you have a plan for getting better or do you have a plan for growth? They won't have one. They'll tell you, I have goals. I'm going to do a lot of hard work. But if you ask them, what is your plan for growth? What is your plan for improvement? They're going to be like, well, I don't really have one. And so when you're wanting to get success, a lot of times what stops you and what blocks you, we always talk about frequency, right? That I have to match a frequency. And so this is why growth is so important, because many times you want to get to a level that you have not grown into. You have not matured into it. You want the money, but you don't have the growth. You don't have the maturity. You haven't lined up with the principle. And so when you're talking about success, love, speed, the way you start to get that is you have to start to develop yourself. You have to make a decision to get better. And so I always like to have this conversation with leaders, because I can always tell how far someone's going to get based off their personality. Like if they are the type of person that doesn't want to get better, they're combative, they're nasty, they have a bad personality, they're not like they can't listen, they don't listen well, like everything is I'm offended, my feelings is hurt. They don't listen to nothing you got to say. You need to stroke their ego every 2.6 seconds. I already know they're not going to last long. It's just a matter of time. I'm already like looking at my clock like, okay, they'll be quitting any day now. Right? And when they quit, I'm not surprised. Right? I'm like, I knew this was coming. Right? And so I know that because I know that extreme success requires you to improve. If not, you will constantly get irritated because you don't belong in that space. You'll constantly lose your success because you don't belong there. Okay? So I want you to understand something. You have to move. You can't use, like I said, the law of diminishing intent means I'm taking too long to move forward. But you have to make the decision to make a move, even if you make a mistake. The other thing that stops people from moving forward is they think, I can't make any mistakes, I'm going to fail. And that's not true either. Mistakes are just a different way to do it. Even with the mistakes, even with the risk. Right? Because you have to understand that when you make a decision, everything is going to line up with whatever you decide. Even if you make a mistake, even if you stumble and fall, even if it doesn't work exactly how you want it to work. Okay? And then the last thing that I want y'all to understand, then I'm going to give y'all a formula, is you have to move beyond how you feel. You have to move beyond how you feel. So motivation is going to get you started, but discipline will get you to success. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will get you your success. So many times when you are wanting to create growth or momentum in your organization or your business, you only do it based off of how you feel. It's always how you feel. And this is a number one thing that I find with women. Everything is based off of how they feel. I don't feel like it. Well, I gotta feel. I gotta feel. I gotta feel. I gotta feel. Now, it's okay if you don't want to run all the time or whatever. What I have a problem with, though, is when you have very big goals and you don't get anything moving and grooving and growing. So I want to encourage you in this moment to move and decide whatever that dream looks like, whatever that vision looks like for you, whatever that vision looks like for your business, to decide what that is. Make a decision and then do it beyond how you feel. Do it even if you make a mistake. Do it even if you don't know when the right time is. And don't lean on everything to be perfect. I need a perfect strategy and a perfect time. I need to know every little thing perfect. Like that stuff holds you up. So many times, like I said before, you waste so much time trying to figure out the perfect thing, the perfect that, the perfect. Sis, it's never going to be perfect. You have to know when you see an opportunity, know when you are at the right time, make that move and run. Don't walk, run. Now, if you're walking because you're taking time to grow, you're taking time to improve, that's fine. Because if you decide to prioritize growth, if you decide to prioritize improvement, momentum is subject to happen. And so the last thing that I'm going to say is growth plus attitude plus opportunity plus action equals momentum. Growth plus attitude plus an opportunity plus action equals momentum. Growth, that means I'm making a decision to improve. Attitude means I'm not going to be nasty and complain the whole time. I'm not going to expect stuff to happen overnight. I'm going to do this regardless of how I feel. I've made a decision, so I'm going to commit to my commitment. I'm going to focus and execute, right? an opportunity, I'm going to look, keep my eyes open. I'm going to expect opportunities to present themselves. When I see it, I'm ready because I've already been doing the work. I've already been improving myself, right? I'm already getting my mindset ready. So when I see an opportunity, I'm ready to go. You feel me? And then I do the work because the work still works. You can't escape the work. The work knows exactly how much you've done. Like, it knows exactly how much. It's a law. Like, it knows exactly how many seeds. You can say, Shantae, I've been doing so much work. But you can't lie about the seeds you planted. You can't lie about the seeds you planted because it has to produce a harvest. So if you've been inconsistent, you're going to see it in your business. If you've been half doing it, you're going to see it in your business. If you don't do personal development, you're going to enroll people that match where you are, or they're going to be below where you are. You're going to bring people in your organization that are combative, or they have a bad attitude, or whatever the situation might be. So when you do the work, it works. You have to have the growth. You have to have the right attitude. So when you see an opportunity, you move and then you do the work. That is how you create momentum. The last thing that I'm going to say before I get off of here, because I don't want to make my signal be off, and I feel like it might be. The last thing that I want y'all to understand is I was talking about this in my team page, and I was talking about that we are in a spiritual transition. And the reason why that is so important and why that is so needed right now, this spiritual transition, I was watching a sermon on Sunday, and I was watching it because he was talking about a new dimension, not a new level, but a new dimension. And what he was talking about in that sermon, he was referring to the fact that a lot of times when you go to, a new dimension, everybody jumps up and down and gets excited because they're like, oh my God, yeah, new. I'm about to get a whole bunch of stuff that's new. And yes, you're going to get that. But a part of going to the new dimension is there are some people, some places, and some things that cannot go with you to the new dimension. So yes, you're going to get all the new stuff. You're going to get all the stuff that you want. But there are some things you're going to have to lose. It might be some friendships. It might be some relationships. It might be some business relationships. It might be whatever it might be. But when God is moving you to a new dimension, this conversation is for those who are spiritually mature, because you have to learn how to trust God beyond how it feels. And you have to trust God for your new dimension, even when you feel stuff being stripped away from you. Uh-oh. See, we love that new dimension conversation until God says, you're going to a new dimension, but I need to take that. You're going to a new dimension, but I see that you don't trust me enough. So I'm going to create some situations where you're going to have to trust me. You want this new dimension, but your communication skills are not right where they need to be just yet. So I'm going to create some trials and some tribulations where you're going to have to get better at how you communicate so that you can get to the other side of this. Okay, I know you want that, but you're going to have to do this. You see what I'm saying? We love that new dimension talk until we talk about what God has to strip from us so that we can go to this new dimension. Everything can't come. What's that song with Erykah Badu, Bag Lady? You got too much stuff. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. You trying to hurry up and get to this new dimension, and you trying to like, God, hurry up. And God said, you can't come because you got too much baggage. You got too much stuff. That stuff that you're carrying is making a difference in your personality, your mood, your attitude. Hello, somebody. Y'all know I always say high energy, high income. We believe it. And so you might be attached to people, places, and things that literally are bringing your attitude and your mindset down, and that's stopping you from matching the frequency of the next dimension that God has for you. I didn't say new level. I said a whole nother dimension, a whole nother realm. And y'all know I tell y'all this day in and day out, and please never forget it. Success is spiritual. First and foremost, it has to be here. It got to be in your soul, sis. That's how I know when something's about to happen. I can always tell when I feel it in my soul. It's in my soul. I always know when God's about to move something because something changes in me. That's how I know when God's moving. I feel it in me. When I feel it in me, I know it's coming. That's how I know. I always pay attention to what God is doing in me because I know that success is spiritual. If I feel it in my soul, if I say I feel it in my spirit, I know it's just a matter of time before it's going to materialize out here in the physical. Everything happens in the spiritual realm first. Please know it. The house that you want already exists. The business you want already exists. The relationships you want already exists. The income in your bank account already exists. All of that already exists. God is simply waiting on you to match the frequency. So that means some things might have to go. Some relationships might have to go. Some business relationships. Maybe somebody in your business, they don't belong in there, child. They're going to be a headache. So that God said, get them out. I remember in seasons I prayed people out my business. Like, if this person, God, get them out. Like, I know I enrolled them, but Lord, release them because they giving me a headache. And God, remove them. You have to understand something. I need y'all to really pay attention. What you need to understand, don't confuse. If you are in a season, I'm not talking to y'all, but I'm talking to me. If you are in a season right now where stuff feels like it's being stripped from you, but it's making you better, you are heading into a new dimension. You are heading into a new dimension. I told y'all before, don't work hard, work higher. You need to improve. You need to make it your priority to develop a skill set, to get better with communicating, to develop your leadership skills. You need to understand that the new dimension means some people can't come with you. Some of y'all drag your feet. You take too long to make decisions. Everything is like, I was going to do it. Now I changed my mind. I don't know. And what you don't understand, sis, is the blessing that God has for you. You keep delaying your promises because when you see stuff, you don't move. I've always learned like, okay, God, move. Like, when I feel it in my spirit, I make the move. Even if I got to get uncomfortable. Even if it feels crazy. Even if I don't have to understand. And I don't owe anybody an explanation for the moves I make. I'm going to say this last thing and then I'm done. Y'all know Rebecca and I were in another business last year, right? And we left that company. And we didn't piss off a lot of people, but we pissed off a few. And the few that we did piss off, I mean, they just acted like we told them that the Son of God wasn't real or something. I'm like, y'all acting like y'all own this company, right? But we decided to leave that company, and there was a lot of reasons why. And I'm not going to talk about them publicly because I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But I will say this. A lot of companies in this industry, a lot of people get paid to do moves. Right? A lot of people that you see, a lot of leaders that move in companies, they're getting contracts to move. You're following them thinking, oh my God, the compensation's amazing. It's not. Oh my gosh, they're moving because they're getting paid to move. You don't know that. You think, oh my God, how do they wake up and go to the next status like that? They wake up because they've been paid to do that. Right? There's so much behind the scenes about network marketing that people don't understand. If you knew, I ain't gonna go on and on. But if you knew, you just would change your thoughts, okay? But what I will say is this. When I know, I don't mind looking crazy when I know I need to move. I don't mind looking crazy when I know I need to move. Because I know for a fact for me, I don't mind making the mistakes to get to the other side. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not too proud of it. I'm not like beyond it. And so you have to understand there was something that I learned about that time. What I learned about that situation, I was able to find out how people move, right? I was able to figure out who is a good connection and who isn't. I learned there are some people who they're not good connections and God took them away. And I'm grateful for those people that have been taken away, because if they don't know, if they would think badly of me or badly of Rebecca, they're not worth keeping in our circle anyway, frankly. Because most people who know Rebecca and I's heart, they know how we move and groove. And they're like, I trust y'all. Some people will just, whatever. We didn't give everybody the whole detail because, child, y'all don't got the time to hear the whole reason why. But no, it wasn't just because of something small. It was a long list, okay? And so I say this to you with the intention that you understand something really quickly. If you are in a season where things are being stripped away, if you are in a season where God is telling you to make a move, do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it looks like. Move. If it's a person that God is pulling away from you, let them go. If it's a situation that God said don't keep no more, let it go. Even if you have to cry the whole time, let it go. I promise you, God will never make the best you've ever had be the best you ever had. I've learned it. I've trusted it. Okay, God, I lost this. Why did I lose this? God always reminds me, I won't ever let the best you had be the best you ever have. So I trust that the best is still yet to come. It won't be long now. It won't be long now. And so I want to encourage you, if you are wanting to create momentum in your business, you must make growing up a priority in your business. You have to improve. You have to intentionally decide to get better. Intentionally decide to get better with how you talk, how you share, how you communicate, how you lead, how you make decisions. You have to understand when you make a move, make a risk. Take the risk. So many of y'all, I was going to start the business, but never mind. I was going to move, and I feel like God told me to move, but now I'm not going to move. And then I'm not, and then I was, but then I'm not, and then I'm scared. Like, y'all have to understand, sometimes you can miss moments of God. Does that mean that God's not going to come back around? He will. But that might mean you might have 2 or 3 years of struggle because you didn't follow the opportunity. Will God bring it back around? I believe that God is so faithful, so just, so graceful, so merciful that yes, he brings it back around. But it don't mean you might not have to bump your head and have a whole life of struggle for a little while before he does it. So when you see opportunities, move. That's why when people go like, why y'all make this do? Why y'all do that? Because when I feel it, I don't wait. Like, I figure it out as I go. I figure it out as I go because I trust God and I trust me. And I trust that whatever I don't already have within me, I need to uncover it. You just missed it. Why do I make the move so quickly? Because I trust God and I trust me. And I realize that whatever I don't know, I'll uncover it. I'll uncover it. It's already within me. Everything you need is already within you, sis. You just have to uncover it. It might be healing through trauma. Hello, somebody. It might be developing some new skill sets. But whatever you need is already on the inside of you. I trust me and I trust God. That's all I need. That's all I need to make a move. In business and relationships and friendships, all I need is, okay, God, you said move. I trust me. I trust God. I trust me. I trust God. I know I'm going to do the work, and I know that if God tells me to go, I'm going to go. I might make a mistake. I might drop the ball here or there. I might not do everything perfect, but I don't need to be perfect to be powerful. Y'all remember from Courage, 100 Days of Courage? I don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to be perfect to make an impact. You just have to decide to be intentional about growing and improving. Y'all gonna miss it. Y'all miss it. If I need you to listen. When y'all see what we are building, when you see it, I want you to understand that it required improvement within me. It required improvement within Becca. We have to get better. That's why I know something has happened, because God is doing something in me. He's doing a new thing in me. When God does a new thing in me, it's going to be like, y'all remember we did a live called Wealth by Association. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be connected to us that are going to receive the wealth from the sacrifices that y'all knew nothing about. The tears that I cried that y'all knew nothing about. The prayers that I prayed that y'all knew nothing about. Like, I need y'all to hear this, because y'all might be wondering, why is she getting churchy at the end? Because success is spiritual. I can't talk to you about business without talking to you about God, because you have to invite God into your business and invite God into your improvement plan. I have to invite God into my business and invite God into your improvement plan. God, prepare me Improve me so that I match the frequency of what I want. This is how I get growth, right? I said the formula for it is growth, which means I have to decide to improve. I'm going to have to make a decision to intentionally grow, plus the right attitude, plus the right opportunity, plus doing the work equals momentum. If you are looking to build in your business, I would challenge you to look at yourself. Have I improved? Am I improving? Am I getting better, or am I staying the same? Have I gone backwards? Have I been consistent? Let me check my attitude. Is my attitude nasty? Have I been doing the work? Have I been consistent with the work? Listen, y'all know I say it. The work still works. Every day of the week, the work still works. When you plant seeds, you have to receive a harvest. Right? We talked about this before. The harvest is plenty. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. That's a business principle. That's a business principle. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Y'all be like, y'all need to understand, God has all of these blessings for you, but nobody wants to do the work. Nobody wants to show up. Nobody wants to make a decision. They want to take it all day. They drag their feet to build a business. They drag their feet to trust God. Business is faith. Entrepreneurship will show you how much you trust God. Do you invite God into your business? Do you invite God into your strategy? Hope is not a strategy. The work is not enough. You have to improve and get better. You can't bring your nasty attitude into your 6-figure income goal and think that's enough. Y'all know how many nasty people I know who make a little bit of money and they just like full of themselves? And I'm like, you ain't helping nobody but yourself. You have to improve. You gotta get better. You got to get better. When you want to create momentum, decide to improve. Decide to get better. Figure out whatever you need to learn. Okay, I need to get better at this, this, and this. Do the work. Because when you do the work, it will improve your mindset. And when you see opportunities, you'll know to make a move. You'll know you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. It does not have to be the perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time to start your business. There's never going to be a perfect circumstance. You might say, I thought it was going to be easier. You have to know that you have to build your business despite how you feel. One more thing and then I really am done. Especially if this is for the person who says, I thought it would be easier. Now imagine this. I've been in this industry since 2014. We left for 2 years to build my traditional business. I had an organization of thousands of people. Now, because of the company that I'm a part of, it's not like a regular old MLM or something like that where, you can cancel for 90 days and come right back. You got to wait a long time to be re-enrolled. So I can't re-enroll anybody in my organization from before. No one. That's thousands of people. I have to build a brand new team. And I have to do it all over again. You talk about frustrated. I already had runners. Okay, these people gonna run. I gotta find all brand new people, all brand new team, build it all over again. You have to understand something about this. You have to keep building despite how you feel. Despite the feeling. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Do the work. The work still works. The work will still work. Some of y'all try to cheat your way out of the work. You try to cheat. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it there. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it there. The work still works. I promise you this. I promise you this. Look at me. As my name is Shantae, I will reach my goal. I promise you, I will reach my goal. Period. When y'all see me do what I did in 3 years and 1 year, just know it was the work. Just know it was the work. The harvest is plenty. The laborers are few. Many of you don't work hard enough. You don't do enough laboring to receive a harvest. And you're thinking, man, God, why aren't you blessing me? And God is saying, I'm ready to bless you. You must improve. I'm ready to bless you. You need to let some things go. I'm ready to bless you. You need to let some of those relationships and friendships go. I'm ready to bless you. You need to change the way you think. I'm ready to bless you. I need you to stop being so combative. I'm ready to bless you. You got to stop being so defensive. I'm ready to bless you. You have to stop avoiding accountability. I'm ready to bless you, but you have to move even if you're afraid. I'm ready to bless you, but do you trust me? Royalty, do you trust me? Shanika, do you trust me? Kay, do you trust me? Brandy, do you trust me? I want to bless you, but I need to see, do you trust me? Do you trust yourself? Are you going to improve? Oh my God. God, I have all these blessings. I've been waiting on you. Do you trust me enough to move? Do you trust me enough to get better? Do you trust me enough to change your attitude? That right there, it hurt. Do you trust me enough to grow spiritually? To trust me, not just saying it, but live it. Don't just say you trust me, but trust me enough to live it. Trust me enough that if I take the stuff that you had, oh my God, and tell you to do it again, will you still trust me? This season that we're in, do y'all know how annoying it is? I'm literally building my business. And it's hard to get excited about status advancements because I've done all of them already. I literally still have all the plaques from the last time I did it. I literally have plaques right here in my closet. I literally have all the magazine features I was in the magazine. I have all of it sitting right in here. You know how annoying it is to do it again? And God said, do you trust me anyway? Will you trust me now? Yeah, I know you did it already. Yeah, I know you can't get everybody you had before. Yeah, I know you got to start all over again. You got to meet new people. Yeah, I know. Will you trust me, Shantae? Shantae, will you trust me even when you don't feel like doing this because you did it already? Will you trust me even after you have a baby? Will you trust me even after it was difficult? Will you trust me even though you spent half of March in the hospital? Will you trust me with all these trials and tribulations with your health? Will you trust me anyway? Not only will you trust me, will you serve while you're in the midst of it? Listen, I'm not telling y'all something I heard. I'm telling you something that God told me I had to do. God said, will you trust me now? It's easy to trust God when you already done made multiple 6 figures and your business is already huge. It ain't hard to do it then. Will you trust me when you gotta start all over again? Shantae, do you trust me now? Will you tell them to trust me now? And I said, oh yes, God, I'm gonna tell them to trust you. Okay, Shantae, I'm gonna take this from you. I'm gonna take that from you. Do you trust me now, Shantae? You can't bring any of your old team. You gotta do it all over again. Yes, God, I trust you. Okay, Shantae, you're gonna have a baby and you're gonna almost die. You gonna keep building your business? Yes, God, I trust you. Okay, Shantae, you gonna have this happening in your personal life, that happening in your personal life. Will you trust me now? Yes, God, I trust you. So when I tell y'all that success is spiritual and you have to feel it in here, let me be the poster child of what that looks like. Let me be the poster child of what it means to build by faith, to do the work. The work still works. Even if I have to enroll thousands of people all over again, watch me get my goal done. funny part. I already know it's done. I already saw it. God already gave me the vision. So I already know he's going to do it. Because what did I say at the beginning of this? I said I trust God, and I trust who else? I trust myself. I trust God, I trust me. I trust God, I trust me. And I know that the people that God has called to me, they will hear what I say differently and they'll move. I don't have to do anything. That's not my job. My job isn't to figure out how. My job is to just do the work and God will draw. All I gotta do is do the work. If I do the work, he'll bring the people. If you build it, they will come. Just keep building, they'll keep coming. Just keep building, they will come. Just keep building and get better. Just keep building and keep improving. Get better. As you get better, that's how you build, sis. Shantae, how do I build it? I build it by getting better. I build it by improving my skill set. I build it by being consistent. So as the people come, I can be trusted with the multitude. As the people come, I can be trusted with my territory being expanded. Many of you want God to expand your territory, but you do not know how to. You can't even keep up with what you got in your little box. And you want God to expand your territory. You're not qualified for more. You have to do the work. So I love you guys. Blessings to each and every one of you. If I don't see y'all nowhere else, I'll see y'all right here on the internet. This is your reminder. Slow and steady does not win the race. If you really want to get your success moving, you can't just start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. You're not going to catch momentum. Success loves speed. Make a decision, decide to build and grow, and know that growth looks like you getting better. Not just working harder. I tell you all this all the time. Not just work hard, work higher. Don't just work harder, work higher. This is a bigger conversation. This is about you qualifying for the promises of God. The promises of God are already yes and amen. The promises of God are already yes and amen. The promises of God are already with that harvest. The harvest is plenty. The promises are plenty. But the laborers, the ones who will improve, the ones who decide to get better, the ones who decide to keep showing up, the ones who say, God, I'm going to build even when I don't know how. I'm going to build even if it's not the perfect time. I'm going to build even when I don't feel like it. I'm going to keep building, God, because I trust you. That's it. That's it. That's all. I don't know how you can build your business. I don't know how you can be an entrepreneur and not invite God into your business. I literally don't get it. Like, I literally don't understand anybody who has a business and does not invite God into their business. Like, I literally am like, what are you doing? How can you build a business and not know that success is spiritual first? It must be in your heart first. God has to fix your heart first. He has to convict your spirit first. He has to fix your attitude first. I don't know who I'm talking to because I was done. You need to hear this. Your heart is not right. Your mindset is not right. You have a nasty attitude. You have negative thinking. You're inconsistent. And God said, I can't bless you yet. I need you to do the work. If you make your growing and your improving a priority, it's inevitable. As your name is whatever your mama and daddy named you, you got to get better. You got to take a risk. You have to trust God. Don't just tell me you trust God, because when you say you trust God, God is going to ask you, what if I take this away from you? Now what? What if I make you build it all over again? Now what? What if I make you build it all over again? Y'all think I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself because I did all of it already. I already made all the money. I already did all of it already. I already did it. Already did it. So to do it again, it's like, okay, we got to do it again and we got to find all new people and we had an organization of thousands of people. How's this going to work? I'm sitting here like, okay, God. Okay, I trust you. I don't see how. I don't see how. But that's not my that's not my job. That's not my business. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep improving. If I make that a priority, I'm going to see momentum. I'm going to see what I need to see. I don't mind doing the work. The harvest is plenty. The laborers are few. God, you're going to find me in the field working. You're going to find me laboring. So whatever y'all see me, when y'all see that harvest come in a few more months, it's already starting to come now. But when y'all see the big, big stuff, because it's coming. It's coming. Watch. When it comes, just know, I was laboring for this. Literally, I was laboring for it. Everything y'all see, I labored for it. And I know that my team feels it because they're growing and they're changing. So without further ado, now I really am done. If I don't see y'all nowhere else, I'll see y'all on the internet. If you missed this, make sure you catch the replay. I really do appreciate it. I try my best to come live, and usually it's going to end up probably being on a Thursday or a Sunday because that's when I do power hours. So I either do it before the power hour or after our team training. So I love y'all. Blessings to y'all.